Hi everyone, welcome to Yoga with Georgina. This is episode 1, autumn 2020. I'm calling this meltdown, and this is something that you can do at the end of a day, working day where you're feeling a little bit tight and a little bit tense. We're going to come to lying down on the floor. So turning around, if you can all face the way I'm facing, might go a little bit easier. You can always use a folded up blanket as a pillow if you need to, or a pillow. Lying down, knees bent, feet to the mat. Let's take the socks off. We're going to be gripping the floor with our feet. Plus it's nice to have that tactile sensation straight to the skin. Chuck the socks away. Nice and comfortable. Give yourself a little bit of a shimmy to come to a comfortable position. Knees bent, feet to the mat as they fall. With the shoulders, lift them up and then drop them down. Take the arms slightly away from the body, palms up. Chin a little closer to the chest. Now we're going to take 3 breaths to come to landing on the mat in this position. So drawing the next 3 natural breaths. Starting to slow down, narrowing the focus and turning the awareness inwardly. Bringing the hands to the belly with the fingertips touching, elbows comfortable to the floor. We're going to take 4 breaths, taking the breath right down to the belly so the belly expands and the fingertips move away from each other. This is called abdominal breathing. So let's begin in through the nose, out through the nose. Taking the breath right down so that the belly expands, and exhale from the belly, allowing the breath to leave the body. Fingertips come back together. 3 more. Deeper breath than usual. Long, slow, steady breaths on the inhale and the exhale. Now begin to notice you might start to feel differently, slowing down the breaths. We're going to take 4 more, inhaling through the mouth and inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth, but make it long and slow without any tension. In through the nose, out through the mouth. With a gentle sigh as you exhale. When you're ready to draw in the breath, down to the belly, fingers move away, exhale through the mouth with a little sigh. Starting to sense that melting down feeling. Let's go 2 more. Release the hands beside the body. Take 3 natural breaths again. They might feel a little bit different. In through the nose, out through the nose. Whilst you're doing that, notice the back of the body in contact with the mat. Might start to splay out. Remember, this is your time. We're going to pour some movement into the breath now. We're going to breathe in and take the left arm all the way
way to the ceiling and circle it to the floor above your head. As you exhale, slowly return. And the emphasis is on slow and even. Breathe in. Take the right arm all the way to the ceiling, all the way to the floor above your head. Exhale. Fingertips spread, palms facing the midline. Alternate. Breathe in, left arm. Reach through, right through to the fingertips. Exhale. Right arm. Now this might not seem too complicated, and it probably isn't, but it is bringing your focus and attention to simpler things, narrowing the focus, combining movement with breath. See if you can deliberately slow it down. One more each side. Exhaling, bringing the right hand down. I'm going to keep going with the left arm, and at the same time extend the right leg out, pushing that heel away, almost lifting it off the floor, pushing the calf to the floor. Exhale, slowly return. Opposite limbs, breathe in, lengthen the right arm and the left leg. Push that left heel away. Exhale. When you're ready, left arm, right leg. Creating space, lengthening from heel to fingertips. Give those left fingers a bit of a wriggle, so you're going right to there. Exhale. Right arm, left leg. Left arm, right leg. Let's finish with the right arm and the left leg. And return. Keep stillness, turning the head side to side to loosen up the shoulders and the neck. Lifting the shoulders up off the floor and dropping them down. Slowly coming to stillness. Let's bring the knees towards us. This is called Ahhhh, bringing the knees towards the chest. Holding on to the knees. Keep them together and bent. Push the knees away. Arms are straight. Exhale. Bend the elbows. Bring the knees back towards you. Rocking on the lower back. Possibly down to the tailbone. As you breathe in, push the knees away. As you exhale, bring them back towards you. Again, linking movement with breath. The next time the knees are close towards you, hold on to each knee, separate the knees and circle them away, bring them together and then bring them back towards you. So you're circling each knee in opposite direction. You might start to feel it to the inner thighs. Notice the range of movement within your hip joints. Something stopping you from taking the knees a little further. That's probably the range of motion within your hip joint. And you have to be okay with that. Next time the knees together, go the opposite direction. Push the knees away, separate them, circle them back towards you. Keep going. Next time the knees are towards you, pull them towards you as much as you can. Take the breath in, and as you exhale, lift your head towards your knees. Breathe in, lower the head. Exhale with an open mouth. Breathe in, lower the head. One more time, exhale. And last one. And release. Take the feet to the mat. Bring the inner edge of your feet together and allow the knees to fall outwardly. Soles of the feet together. Arms go above the head, all the way to the floor. Lengthening. You'll have an slightly arched back. Exaggerate that. Lengthening. Bring the hands together. Interlace the fingers and extend the forefingers. The forefingers. It's called a mudra. It's a hand gesture. We're going to take the breath in and lengthen. Exhale. Breathing in. Exhale. Bringing the knees together. Hands back towards the body. Knees towards the chest. Roll over onto a side and slowly come up. Take your time. You've had your head down. We're going to come onto hands and knees. So again, let's all face in the same direction. The knees are underneath the hips and the hands underneath the shoulders. Untuck the toes. Come into what's called cat-cow. So it's a series of movements of the spine, and this is a little demo. Let me show you how to do it. We begin with the tailbone and see yourself as moving through the spine towards the head, a lengthening. So we breathe in, take the tailbone up towards the ceiling and move through the spine, creating this U shape, lifting the head slightly so you can just see in front of your mat. When you exhale, tuck the tailbone under and curl the spine opposite direction. Push the hands into the floor. Spread the shoulder blades, drop the head. I'm going to keep going. Start with the tailbone. Move vertebrae by vertebrae to the head with the breath in. Why? Because we're opening up the front of the body. Exhale, tuck the tailbone under, curl the spine, drop the head. Let's go for 4 more. I like the number 4. Exhale. You can do that open mouth breathing. This is the cow part. Exhale. This is the cat part, the angry cat, arched back. With the next exhale, come to a neutral spine. And what we're going to do is move the hips side to side as if you're trying to wag a tail. Lots of dog references in yoga. And now take the hips to the right or closest to the camera, whatever way you're facing, and turn to look over your shoulder towards your hips. Bring hips and head back to center. Take the hips the opposite direction and look over the shoulder. Come back to center, sway the hips, looking over the shoulder. Come back to center, sway the other way. Let's go one more. It ain't complicated stuff. Hopefully you're starting to move some of that snagged energy in the body. Slow, gentle, even movements. That's pretty much how I teach yoga. Come back to center. What we're going to do, if your knees are okay, lift up your feet. We're going to take the hips, pivot on the knees and take the feet and looking over the shoulder. So we've got a nice stretch to the side towards the camera. The opposite shoulder, shrug it forward. So you get that nice stretch down the side.
Bring everything back to center. If you can, keep the feet off the mat. Pivot feet, hips and head away from the camera. And shrug that other shoulder forward, this shoulder forward. Let's go again if you're okay. Back to center. Feet, hips and head towards the camera. Opposite shoulder, shrug it forward. And take that hand forward. So you've got a nice stretch down that side. Come back to center. Pivot feet, hips and head opposite. Take that hand forward. And shrug the shoulder forward. Bring the hands back. Drop the feet. Coming to our extended child's pose. We're going to take our bottom down towards our feet. Bring the elbows down to begin with. Give yourself a bit of a shimmy and walk the hands forward. Choice to bring the forehead to the mat. This is called extended child's pose. If you can now extend the arms and lift the elbows off the mat. Pushing the palms into the mat and pull the shoulders back. Hopefully you'll get a little bit of a sensation between the shoulder blades. Let's look up towards the hands. Just come up onto your knees. Take the knees a little bit wider, as wide as the mat. Bring the big toes together. Looking up towards your hands, we're going to baby step the hands over towards, I'll say the right, because that's my right, sort of mirror image. This hand here, push it into the mat and pull back the left shoulder and the left hip. And lower down the shoulders. You can take the forehead to the mat if that feels okay. And we're going to consciously breathe into those left ribs. Lift the head, look towards the hands. Baby step back to center. Let's stay here and let's go down. We're going to breathe in, lift, exhale, sink, melt down. There's our theme for the day. Lift the head, look towards the hands. Let's go the opposite direction. This time, opposite to whatever you did. Down you go. I'm breathing into my right ribs. This extended section, breathe into those ribs. Try and relax that jaw. One more breath. Let's lift the head, look towards the hands. Baby step back to center and down you go. Give yourself a little shimmy. The option is to come up onto these fingertips. I call these spider hands. So we can breathe in, lift up head and shoulders, exhale. Take your time and slowly sink down. Breathe in, lift. Walk the hands a little further away. Exhale, sink. Then we'll go one more time. Breathe in. Create space. Exhale. Sink into that space. And now bring the palms down. Now you might find that you feel a little bit longer, a little bit extended from when you first started your practice. As we start to open up the body, lift the head looking towards the hands. Let's slowly come back onto all fours. Tuck the toes under and come to sit onto your heels. You'll feel it in your feet. So if you've been on your feet all day or your feet feel tight, this is a really good way to wake them up and to spread the energy around. And you might notice that the sensation changes with seconds. Breathe in, come up, untuck the toes, sit on the ankles. Feeling the blood return to the feet, come up again, tuck the toes under. Sit on the ankles. Breathe in, come up, untuck the toes, sit on the feet. Come back onto all fours. Let me just adjust myself. Hang on. Got to do a wardrobe check. Hands underneath the shoulders. Take your hands one hand length, closer towards the top of the mat. Knees slightly wider than the hips. This starts some forward and back motion. So we start by breathing in and come forward. Not a great amount. We're going to do it slowly. Exhale. Take your feet bottom down to the feet. Breathe in, come up. Now those with lower back issues, take it easy here. Breathe in. You might be able to start to lower the hips to the mat. Exhale. And then with the final next breath in, slowly come down onto the mat and bring yourself down. Now, can you see me? Oh, I've got my little Buddha in the way. Let's take that out of the way. Sorry, mate. We're going to bring the forehead to the mat. And bring the hands underneath the shoulders, untuck the toes, elbows tucked in. Elbows tucked in. We're going to push the pubic bone into the mat and the tops of the feet. They're our anchors. And with the next breath in, with the head in neutral position, so looking down, we're going to breathe in and slowly lift up head and shoulders. Not a huge amount. Exhale, lower down. Let's go again. Breathe in, lift. Exhale, lower. This is Cobra. We're moving. Breathe in, lift. Exhale, lower. Let's go one more time. Keep the movement going with the breath. And next time we lift, we're going to hold it. Tuck the elbows into the side ribs, and you might be able to lift your hands up off the mat. If you've got back issues, please tread carefully. Hands to the mat. Breathe in, lift. Exhale, lower down. I'm going to do that 2 more times. Breathe in, lift. Exhale. You can lift up the hands off the mat. Keep looking down. Take breath in, hands to the mat, lift, exhale, down. Please have a rest if you need to. Otherwise, for those that want to join me for one more, breathe in, lift, hands off the mat, exhale, breathe in, hands to the mat, lift, exhale, down. Release the posture. Arms to the side, slightly away, palms up, melt the shoulders down, your heels are falling outwardly. If you're wearing glasses like me, you'll have to take them off. Turn the head to the side. And melt the body to the floor.
next breath in, lift up, hands underneath the shoulders. Pop the glasses back on. Come up onto all fours. Take it slowly. And we're going to come into puppy pose. Dog reference again. Knees underneath the hips. Walk the hands forward. You curl the tailbone up and lower the shoulders down. So it's like a child's pose, but the hips are above the knees. Melt down, forehead to the mat. Make sure the jaw is relaxed. Let's lift up the head, walk the hands back. We'll come into extended child's pose. Take your bottom back. Extend the arms forward. You can have elbows to the mat if you wish. Melt down. Let's lift the head. We're progressing to full child's pose. Bring the hands just to the outside of the knees and slowly come down, forehead to the mat or head to one side. This is called embryo pose. And now for full child's pose, we take the hands down towards the feet, forehead to the mat. I hope you can hear me. Melt the shoulders down. Full child's pose. Bring the hands to the shoulders, underneath the shoulders, slowly come up. Come to sitting on your feet. If you can, if this is difficult, please come up onto the knees. Another wardrobe check. Let's hope we're feeling a little bit open in the shoulders. We're going to breathe in, come up onto the knees, take the arms wide, bringing the palms together. Exhale, bring the palms to the center of the chest. Now this is this slow, even movement. Breathe in, take the arms up, and exhale, bring the bottom down. Now you can stay here or you can come all the way down to full child's pose. We're going to keep moving. We're going to breathe in, take the arms wide, palms together, exhale, palms to the center of the chest. Breathe in, take them up, exhale, float down, either full child's pose or staying on the knees. Let's do it 2 more times. Breathe in. You can add a little back bend here if you like, and then you can bring the palms close to the body as you exhale. Breathe in, come up, and exhale, either full child's pose or back down onto the feet. Let's go one more time. Now this is slow, fluid movement with that little back bend if you like. Exhale, breathe in, and release. Let's all come to sitting on our heels. All come to sitting on our heels. Hands onto the thighs. Close down the eyes. If this is difficult, please come on your knees. We're only going to stay here for 2 breaths. And opening the eyes, let's slowly come forward. We're all going to sit cross-legged, facing each other, wherever you are. I'm going to sit on a bolster. You can sit on a chair if you wish. You can sit on a blanket. You can sit cross-legged. You can have the legs out if you prefer. Come to a comfortable seated position.
We're going to do a little bit of movement with breath work before we come to the end of the class. So, settling into this position, bringing the fingertips together, palms facing down. We're going to breathe in, move the hands up towards the throat, and then take the arms out wide. Looking up, pulling the shoulder blades together. Exhale, bringing the fingertips together and lowering them down. This is again slow, fluid movement. Breathe in, hands to the throat, open up. You can lift the head slightly. Exhale, fingertips. And notice as the hands go down, the shoulders relax. I'm going to do this a few more times. Please feel free to close the eyes once you've got the knack. And sense that the breath is fueling the movement. Please allow the shoulders to relax as the hands come down. Let's go for 2 more. When hands are next in the lap, relax the arms and the shoulders, keeping the eyes closed. Take 3 natural breaths here. Perhaps feeling a little bit more centered, a little bit more even, perhaps a little more balanced than when you first began. Now lower the head, bring the hands together, palms together, hands to the center of the chest. With the thumbs in towards the chest. One more breath here. And gently bow forward. And this is coming to the end of our practice together, our first episode. Opening the eyes and lifting the head and gaze. Coming back to your space. So this is all trial and error at the moment. I hope that worked for you. Please leave a comment. And if you have any suggestions or feedback, I'd openly welcome them. Thank you everyone. Thanks for joining Yoga with Georgina. Namaste.